I once wrote songs that made kings tremble, psalms that reached the heavens. But one evening, one single glance shattered everything I thought I was. And in that moment, I learned even the strongest can fall. Spring, the time when kings go to war. But I stayed home. While Joab and my men marched through dust and blood, I remained in the comfort of my palace. The songs of war echoed far beyond the walls, and I told myself I'd earned a season of rest. But idleness is a dangerous battlefield. That afternoon, as the sun bled across the rooftops of Jerusalem, I rose from my couch and walked, and there, below me, I saw her, Bathsheba. Her name would echo in my heart forever. She was bathing in the courtyard, unaware that the king's eyes had fallen upon her. And I, the man who once sang, "I will set no wicked thing before my eyes," could not look away. Desire whispered, curiosity grew, and I, the shepherd who once fled temptation in the wilderness, called for her. They told me her name, Bathsheba, the wife of Uriah the Hittite. That should have stopped me, but lust had already taken root. I sent for her. She came to me, and in that moment, the songs of my youth fell silent. Days passed. Then a messenger came with trembling lips. "She is with child." My heart froze. The sin I thought was hidden now had a heartbeat. So I did what fearful men do. I tried to cover it. I sent for Uriah, her husband, my soldier, my loyal man. He had been fighting for me while I betrayed him. I welcomed him with smiles and feigned concern. "How fares Joab? How go the men?" But all I wanted was for him to go home. "Go down to your house," I told him. "Rest." But Uriah was more righteous than his king. He slept at my door, refusing to enjoy comfort while his brothers slept in the field. Even drunk, he would not yield. And there I was, a king brought low by the integrity of the man I had wronged. So I wrote a letter, a death sentence, and I sealed it with my hand and placed it in his. He carried his own death to the battlefield. When news came that Uriah had fallen, I told myself it was the cost of war. "The sword devours one as well as another," I said. But deep within me, I knew I had killed him. And when Bathsheba mourned, I brought her into my house. She became my wife. And for a moment, I thought I had silenced the whispers. But the silence of sin is never peace. It's the pause before judgment. Then, one day, Nathan came, the prophet, my friend. He spoke softly. There were two men in a city, one rich, one poor. He told of a rich man who stole a poor man's lamb, the only one he loved. Rage rose in me. "As the Lord lives," I shouted, "that man deserves to die." Then Nathan looked into my eyes, and heaven itself seemed to fall silent. "You are that man." The words pierced deeper than any sword. "You have despised the word of the Lord," Nathan said. "You struck down Uriah and took his wife." My chest burned, my kingdom blurred before me, and I fell to my knees. I have sinned against the Lord." Nathan's voice softened, like a father to a broken son. "The Lord has put away your sin. You shall not die, but the child born to you will." That night, my son became sick. For 7 days, I wept and fasted. I lay on the ground, pleading, crying, begging God for mercy. But on the 7th day, he died. My servants feared to tell me, but I saw their faces, and I knew. When I heard the words, "The child is dead," I rose, washed my face, and went into the house of the Lord and worshipped. They did not understand. "How can you eat now?" they asked. I said, "While the child was alive, I fasted and prayed, for who knows if the Lord might yet be gracious. But now he is gone. I shall go to him, but he will not return to me." In the ashes of my failure, I found what I had lost. Not my throne, not my pride, but the presence of God. Then God gave us another son. We named him Solomon. Nathan came again and said, "The Lord loves him." And in that moment, I realized grace had the final word. Years later, I would write, "Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love. Against you and you only have I sinned." That psalm, my confession, still lives, because it wasn't written by a perfect king, but by a broken man who found mercy. God did not erase the consequences, but he did not erase me. He restored my heart. He let me sing again. He turned ashes into worship. And though the sword never left my house, neither did his presence. If you've ever fallen, if you've ever felt the weight of guilt so heavy you thought grace could never reach you, hear me. No sin is too dark for the light of God's mercy. No failure too final for his forgiveness. Repentance doesn't erase your story. It redeems it. And maybe that's why my psalms still live today, because they were written not from a throne, but from a broken heart God chose to heal. What part of David's story speaks to you most? Tell me in the comments below. And if you've ever experienced God's mercy firsthand, share your testimony, because someone needs to hear it today. Subscribe for more biblical stories brought to life.